Hello and welcome back. In this session, I'm going to talk about how to use scale tool in AutoCAD. So here we have a simple geometry, and now let's assume that we want to increase the size of this geometry. So in order to increase the size, we will use the scale tool. Simply press scale tool in modifying panel. Select the object and press enter. Now look at the command line. It now prompts you to specify the base point. So the base point will be the point which will remain fixed when the object will be elongated or contracted. So when the size of this object changes, the base point will remain fixed. So I will select this lower left edge, and now you will notice that the size of the object changes along with our cursor. You can, however, select your cursor to change the size of this object, or you can choose dynamically by entering scale factor. Suppose I want to add scale factor. For that, I will add scale factor greater than 1. Let's say I want 1.5 mm. So this object will be increased 1.5 times the size of the original object. Likewise, if I enter 2 mm, the size of this object will be increased twice the original size. And if you enter 3 mm, the size will be increased 3 times of the original size, and so on. And also you can enter scale factor less than 1. For example, if I enter 0.5 as my scale factor, then the size of this object will be decreased to half of its original value. Let's try some examples using this scale tool. I will type 1.2 in this case, and I press enter. Here we have it. A larger geometry is created. Now undo once again to go back original shape. In case if you want to copy this object after scaling, then you have to select the corresponding option. So in this case, I select scale, then I select object, then specify the base point, choose this edge, and now we have copy option. So let's choose click copy. Now let's reduce the size to a half of its original value. For that, I will type 0.5 and press enter. Now what you see is a copy of the size of the original geometry. Let's select and move it out. So as you can see, the size of this object is half of the original value. Let's undo it. So next we will look at reference option. Before that, let's measure the object. It is 700 mm. What if I want this geometry to be 1000 units? Suppose I choose a line, click here at the edge, type 1000 units and escape. So I want my geometry to be 1000 units till here this line. For that, we will use reference option. So select scale, then select object, then specify the base point, click the edge and select this reference option. Now we have to specify the reference length, which is nothing but the length of this object. So I will just click here at the end of this object. Now we have to specify my new length. My new length is 1000 units. So I will stretch it till here at the end of 1000 unit line and press enter. So now we have an object which is 1000 units. Now you can erase this line, it's not needed. In this way you can use scale tool for resizing objects in AutoCAD. This ends scale command.